What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another week, another episode of Unfiltered Waters. And this week, we took it to Austin, Texas for an in-person interview. Always such a treat for me. And this guest, to me, is the actual definition of brains, beauty, and brawn. That's right, we have Olympic gold medalist, three-time Olympic gold medalist, Gabby Thomas. She is also a Vogue cover model. She's a world champion. She is SI swimsuit model. She does all the things. And it was really, really special to sit down with her. One, because it has been about 16 months in the making. We've been texting back and forth before Paris, and she has obviously been extremely busy in the past year. It was also really special because she trusted me to speak about a really, really vulnerable topic, and the fact that she just announced, literally the day that we spoke, that she's pulling out of world championships. And that is because her Achilles has been bothering her for months now. And she made a really, really difficult decision that I know any athlete can relate to. It weighs on you. You're not sure what the right answer is. And it was really, really cool to hear her feel relief in making a decision that she felt was really, really right for her. So we covered it all. We talked about Paris. I had the honor of getting to see her win her gold medal in her 200 meter about a year ago. We talked about her background racing track and field at Harvard, the fact that she has a degree in neurobiology, her volunteering at the clinic here in Austin. She actually majored or got her master's in public health, and as well as sleep epi, which is so interesting, and just what a whirlwind and just crazy year it's been and how it's impacted her. She just got engaged and you know what she's excited about that, but you know right now she's just taken the time that she needs to truly take a reset, not only physically but mentally, and I'm really, really excited for her to get to experience that. Obviously it's bittersweet not being at Worlds, but I have not spoken to someone as grounded as Gabby at her age in a really long time. And I think for people listening and watching, it's such a good lesson on how to be a full person. You know, it's so easy to slip into that. My sport is my identity. I know I did. But hearing Gabby talk about her success later in her career, you know, how much emphasis she put on her education, how much emphasis she puts on just you know, being a really, really good human being in her volunteer work in the public health space. It just is a lesson for all of us. And so I know you guys will glean so many nuggets from this episode. Before I let you go and watch and listen, I have to say one more time, please subscribe to our channel if you are enjoying these episodes. It is such support to us. So go subscribe and then please enjoy Gabby Thomas. What's up, Unfiltered Waters family? I'm just popping in post-workout here to share my experience with taking IM8's Daily Ultimate Essentials Supplement. It has 92 essential nutrients. I can't say enough positive things. Better sleep for sure, more energy, sharper mental performance, as well as a healthier gut. And don't take my word for it, it's been founded and created by Mayo Clinic experts as well as NASA, co-founded by David Beckham, and it's also NSF certified, which means it's been third-party tested. So swimmers, athletes, you're guaranteed that it's completely clean and safe to take. And I have to say, I think the biggest impact for me has been I've been able to do this consistently because I pop it in here, I shake it up. Whether I'm on the go, whether I'm on the plane, whether I'm in the pool, it's really, really easy for me to take and make sure that I'm consistent. I've noticed a huge difference in my energy levels as well as my recovery. So you know the drill, Unfiltered Waters family. Do code UNFILTERED for 10% off your order. Drink up. Gabby Thomas, welcome to Unfiltered Waters.
Thank you. I'm glad we finally made this happen.
I know. I feel like this was 16 months of persistence.
Yep. Track season's a long one.
A long one. Well, and I mean, when I was looking through your year, I don't how in the world have you kept sanity?
Oh my gosh. That is such a good question. I'm not sure that I have. I mean, truthfully, it's been a really crazy year.
Yeah.
post-Olympics track and field is a lot, but it's been so much fun. Like, I've done so many things that I never even dreamed or imagined that I'd be able to do.
Yeah.
Like, going into track and field, like, Vogue cover. I'm just like, literally what? Met Gala.
Yeah.
Like, so many fun shoots, meeting such fun people. So I think just feeling blessed, like,
Yeah.
being rooted in gratitude, truthfully, and remembering that I love what I do.
Yeah. Have you been able to slow down and have moments of gratitude? You know, like in it? I feel like it's such a hard thing to do.
In short, no. Like, I haven't
Yeah.
been able to slow down yet, which is no pun intended. But I do have these moments, like, I'll be randomly, like, driving in my car, and I'll, like, take a second, and I'll be like, oh, my God, is this actually my life? Like, is this real life right now? So I'll have those moments, or, like, thinking back to the Olympics and being like, oh, my God, like, I won. Like, I won.
I did that.
I did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is crazy. That's still kind of, like, settling in for me.
Yeah.
And I think when I have a minute to, like, you know, breathe and step away from track and field for a second, it'll definitely, like, all soak in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like as an athlete, you don't really have the luxury to do that. Like, I think the thing that people didn't realize is you got back into training fast.
Yeah.
So not only are you getting back into training, you just won 3 Olympic gold medals. You're on the cover of Vogue. Like, I don't even know how.
No, that is such a good point. I think there is such a misconception about Olympic sports.
Yeah.
About,
Yes.
like, how you do the Olympics and then you're just like, you're good. Like, yeah, see a piece, and, like, no, we're getting back to it so soon.
Because Worlds is
Because
next.
exactly, world championships and the training cycle for these events are so long.
Yeah.
Right. In track and field, we get about 6 weeks of an off season, and I took 8 weeks last year, which was super long. And I mean, that's it. And then you're back to it, and you're training like October through January, then indoor starts, and then outdoor starts, and then it's a major championship, and then you take a couple weeks and you're back at it. So yeah, there is no stopping.
There's not really an off switch.
Yeah.
And even when you're off, well, I'm just so curious about this for running, because in swimming, when you are off, you completely lose your feel for the water. Like, you take 10 days off, like, you walking around right now, I would imagine is like us swimming slow all the time. But I could be so wrong about that. Like, when you come back after, 6 weeks, do you lose your feel for speed?
That's it. Yeah, you definitely do.
Okay.
No, I totally get what you're saying, and that's why you can't take that long off.
Yes.
Right, because you have to maintain that fitness, and you have to maintain a certain, like, I don't even know how to word it, but yeah, when you come back after off season of track, yeah, it takes a while to ramp back up.
Okay.
And it's because we're going so fast. I know it might be different for distance runners, for example, because they're probably not losing a lot of fitness in such a short amount of time. But when you're a sprinter, it's like you use it or lose it, like
makes sense.
that fast twitch, that speed, that running, like, you have to be doing it. So yeah, unfortunately, we can't take that long off. And not only is it like physical, but it's also like mental. Like, you want to stay like mentally in it. You don't want to be too far away from like your A game. So taking too long off is just, I don't know, it can be tough mentally to come back.
For sure. Yeah, I feel like we always talk to athletes on here, and I felt the same when I competed. It's like this really tightrope walk of, you have to take time because you
Yes.
need the mental clarity
Yes.
and balance, but you don't want to lose
Yes.
your feel where you get back and you're like, oh my God, this is going to take me months to get back.
Exactly. You don't want to do that and put yourself in a deficit. But that's also why I say this all the time with younger athletes who want to go into track or any type of sport, is even though you're on, it's like making sure that you have that life balance while you're also competing, while you're training. So when I go back to track and field, it's not like one lane, pun intended, but it's not like track is life, nothing else matters, right? Like, you're doing other things that fill your cup.
Yes.
So that you can have long careers, you can have longevity, and you can feel not burnt out because of how long our season is.
Yeah, no, I think it's so important. And I think I want to talk, further back in your career of just, I feel like it's a learned thing of balance. And I think athletes that are 16, 17, 18 haven't quite learned that skill. I know I hadn't. And so I love that you're talking about it, because I hope that it's one athlete hears you say that and is like, hey, maybe I can go take up violin. Maybe I can go, it makes a huge difference of, that's not that's not all of me. It's just one part of me.
I really hope so too. Especially now, I think I see so much like specialization in people, getting younger and younger, because we see athletes and people that we look up to on social media, and you see what they're doing, and you want to be that, and you know, parents want their kids to have that too. But it's really important to know like what it took to get there for a lot of us too.
Yep.
And so for me, I didn't over specialize, right? I did so many other sports growing up, and athletics to me was fun, and it was an escape, and it was a way to see my friends, and it was a way for me to get better. And the goal wasn't, you know, to be the best track runner in the world.
Yeah.
The goal was just to be the best version of myself that I could be, and to be the best runner that I could be. And that was a really important mentality for me, going into track and field and going into the professional landscape.
Yeah.
So I would really love for people to see that part of it too. And then even when you get to the professional world, right, there are other things about you, like you said, that other parts of your identity that you can nourish. For me, it was academics, it was volunteering at a clinic, and it was maintaining relationships on and off of the track. So that is so important, and I think definitely contributed to my success and my path to being an Olympic champion.
Yeah. I mean, I have so many questions. I was looking, I'm like, you literally are like beauty brains brawn.
Oh,
like,
thank you.
Like, it doesn't make you uncomfortable to say, but like seriously, I was looking, I'm like, oh, holy cow. I want to talk about Harvard. I want to talk about the, you know, why you studied neurobiology and then, you know, moving into getting your master's I'm going to say this wrong. Sleep
Oh, yeah.
I practiced it before and I'm still going to screw it up. Sleep
Epidemiology. We call it epi. We just called it epi because
sleep
no one
epi.
has time for that. But yeah, epidemiology.
Yes.
And then I focused on sleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is why I was talking to Todd. I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense why she was had so much knowledge when you were responding to comments.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff like that. I was like, she is on it when it comes to sleep.
I'm so passionate about it. Like it's weird. Like I'm sure you don't think it's weird because you guys are too. But I'm like, no, sleep is so underrated in our society, and I don't know, it just really upset me like a lot. And I'm so passionate about like people understanding how important it is, not just for athletics, but just to live your best everyday life.
Yes.
And I mean, it's an epidemic. It's a problem.
It really
people need
is.
to sleep more.
100. And then like, that's
better.
the easiest. Well, I guess for some people it's not the easiest thing in the world, but it's like, we're not saying go run 20 miles. We're saying like, lay your head down and sleep more.
Exactly. You know? And a big part of what I was studying was like, I understand that, you know, some people are in different situations, right? Depending on what your job is or how much you work or whatever your medical situation is. But I think if as a society, as like a public health society, we could at least take it a little bit more seriously and come up with solutions to help alleviate that for people who need it most. I mean, that would be a great start. And for people who do have the ability to sleep, you know, more than they should. Like my fiance, I tell him all the time, I'm like, I'm going to call him out because I know he has the hours in the day. He might sleep, you know, 5-6 hours a night. And I'm like, no, babe, like, come on, let's try to ramp that up at least to 8.
So is he just like, do you guys go to bed together and he's just doom scrolling or like what?
No, we go to bed together and truthfully, he wakes up really early.
Okay.
And that's fine, but then like get to bed earlier. But there's this mentality of, well, I have to get up and work and I have to go be productive. And that's part of, you know, my thing with society is just, there is no productivity without sleep, right? There is no best version of yourself without getting the most rest that you can and feeling recovered. But society doesn't teach you that growing up.
It's like rise and grind.
Exactly.
You brag about like getting 4 hours of sleep, all that stuff.
Exactly. And now I look lazy because I'm sleeping 9 hours, but
you need it.
I need it.
Well, I feel like you just told me this 20 minutes ago. I want to kind of get into what sounds like some bittersweet news for you, but tell me what you just decided to do yesterday.
Well, this is so fresh. So first time I'm talking about it, but I did have to end my season for the 2025 World Championships in Tokyo prematurely due to an Achilles injury. And it's an injury that's been bothering me pretty much all season. It started in May, got really bad in July, right before our USA Championships. And Achilles injuries are definitely common in track and field.
Yeah.
I mean, we are running so fast. And for those who don't know, like every stride that we race is like 5 times our body weight of force just applied to our ankle and our feet.
Stat.
And it's a lot. And so it's a pretty common injury. And then when we wear, you know, our spikes, they're meant to help, you know, running fast, but they don't really help with a lot of support. So it's kind of a recipe for Achilles tendon issues. And It's been a little tough. I think just pushing through it and kind of feeling like I have to run fast because I am an Olympic champion and people expect me to run really fast times and they expect me to come in first and they expect me to race everywhere. And so I definitely felt that throughout this season and just pushing through the pain and not really listening to my body. And I guess in the last few weeks, I've really thought about it, and I've tried not to let any of the outside noise kind of, sway my decision. But what it came down to was I'm a human being first, and I am not a race car. I'm not a source of entertainment for people, right? I need to take care of my own body and listen to it.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like myself these last couple of months, right? I don't feel like myself when I'm training and I can't train to the best of my ability, when I don't feel like Gabby Thomas on the track. I don't. It was hard. And so now that I've made the decision not to go to World Championships, like I was telling you, I feel so much lighter.
Yeah.
I feel like the hard part was training when I knew I shouldn't have been. It was training through pain and getting through one day and taking one step forward, then taking two steps back. And now I just feel like, no, I'm proud of myself because I am choosing me first and I have a long career ahead of me, right?
Yeah.
And I'm training for the next World Championships and the next Olympics. And I don't want to put all of that in jeopardy, for one World Championships and trying to prove a point. So I'm focused now on getting healthy and making sure that I don't worsen the Achilles, stopping now before it becomes, a 2-year long process of recovery. So yeah, that's where I am right now, and we're going to be rehabbing it, and I'll be back next season, healthy and hopefully feeling like myself again.
Oh, that's so powerful and so just mature. Just feel like, it's so easy to let the ego inside and let the outside noise win. And I imagine you had, the devil and the angel on each shoulder. And
oh my gosh, yes.
How are you grappling with that? Like, who are you turning to? Because I know for a fact you cannot do that alone. Like, you just can't do it alone.
I know, and I mean, exactly. It's like the devil and angel on the shoulder. On one hand, I was like, okay, well, I could go to Worlds, and because I'm supposed to do it, and everyone expects to see me there, and I can go fight to win and whatever. And then the other hand, I'm like, well, I really would be putting myself and my health at jeopardy, and I would not feel good about it. And so it's just going back and forth, but it's really leaning on everyone in my circle. So my coach, for sure. My coach is my best friend. She's been in the game. She ran as well. So she understands everything. My agents, I have a track agent and a marketing agent, and I have developed so much trust with them. So yeah, I trust them a lot. I trust their insight, and I know that they care about me more than just an athlete for them. And that's really, really important.
That's rare too.
It's rare. It's so rare. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I feel really lucky with the team that I've built around me. My publicist too. She's more than a publicist for me at this point too. I feel like she's also like family, and a great person to vent to.
Yeah.
Then of course I have my family. I have my friends. I have my fiance. People who knew me before.
Yeah.
I was a track star. People who see me as a person, right, and not a source of entertainment on the TV screen. So having their input is also really helpful.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the decision just had to be mine. It had to be, I know my body, I know how I feel, and I know it's right deep down.
Yeah.
And so that's really what it came down to, and I have everyone's full support.
Yeah. Oh, that just like makes me breathe a sigh of relief for you.
I know.
That's just so hard. Like it's just
It
blocking
has
out,
been.
especially with I don't know. I competed in 2008 was my last Olympics without Instagram, social media.
so
Like imagine.
interesting.
So I just have I think I have such a trigger response on behalf of athletes when I see all these armchair critics. I'm just like, shut your mouth.
It's gotten so much worse over the past few years too. I mean, my first Olympics was Tokyo 2021, and that was probably the first Olympics where like social media was the thing.
Yeah.
Like Instagram existed in 2016, but I think like everyone was on it, right? Everyone had something to say. Everyone on Twitter, like they had these parasocial kind of relationships with athletes and celebrities and public figures. But even since Tokyo, I have such an interesting love-hate relationship with social media now. It's like, I love that people have access to me, and I love that I have access to my fans, and I love that I can share so much of my life, on my own time. But on the other hand, I don't know. It's just
Interesting.
it's the comments and entitlement that you get from some people who aren't really fans, but just, I don't know, like to be negative is so shocking to me, even
Very
still.
shocking,
And
yeah.
it seems like it's constant. And it's like, on one hand, I do want to be on social media because I love interacting with people, and I love sharing my story, and I love building my brand on social media. But on the other hand, it can really take a toll on your mental health. And I'm not sure how many more times athletes have to share that before people understand that we're human and that we're people. But it's just, I guess it's part of the job now. It's just learning how to block it out, you know?
Yeah, like trying to find the balance for your own self, right? It sounds like everyone is different. Like Lindsey Vonn said, she had this you probably do this. Like she has a filter of certain words that blocks out the comments. And
Oh, yeah.
I feel like don't you think it's because it makes people feel like they know you on this personal level? And so which I'm like, would you say that to your family member? Like if you feel like you know you so well, would you be that mean to your friend?
That's such a great point. Exactly. If you feel like you know this person, would you actually say that to somebody you know? And what's really strange to me is I don't think these people, they wouldn't say it to me to my face anyway. It's like the people
Absolutely
who
not.
have all of this to say about me are the same people who, if they saw me in person, would ask for a picture. So it's just like the internet gives people like this different identity almost, and it's so bizarre.
It's so bizarre. But then at the same time, I'm freaking out over Travis and Taylor like I know them. I'm fine with
Right.
like the happy stuff.
Yes,
Just don't
yes.
talk a bunch of crap.
No,
you know?
so true.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. I love like kind of maintaining this relationship with people, right? So they
Yes.
feel like, they're experiencing what it's like to be a pro athlete. And I think that's so special, and it's so fun because I'm the same way. Like, right? I love to see what other athletes are doing and
TikTok trends.
TikTok trends.
So
and
I'm addicted.
seeing personalities, right? I love TikTok. Exactly. I love TikTok. So yeah, I guess you take the good with the bad at the end of the day.
Yeah, and kind of manage how you need
Yeah.
to go off it when you need to. Have your manager
Exactly.
post when you need them to post. It's
Exactly.
like that, those
Exactly.
strategies. I feel like when I look at you, which by the way, I feel so grateful that I was able to go to track and field and watch you win gold in the 200. So in 2004 and 2008, swimming always overlapped to some degree. And I never got to go to gymnastics. I never got to go to track and field. And so your event was
the
my
fun ones.
first ever time at a
Oh.
track and field. And I got to watch you.
Yes.
So
Did you love it?
Oh my!
It's fun, right?
electric.
I know.
Like I'm like, can swimming be like this? Because you have 80,000 people, the purple
Yeah.
track, like everything about it
Beautiful.
was just. I was like really, really like I saw your whole like facial expression. Like
Yeah.
I was low. I was low to see it. So I feel like people that only pay attention to Olympic sports every 4 years probably can look at you and be like, wow, like overnight success, which
Yeah.
I just laugh at knowing your
I know.
story. Can you take me back to Harvard and just kind of like what you picked up from, each experience at Harvard, then moving on to Tokyo? Because I think something about you is the self-talk, the visualization is really almost like a masterclass for so many athletes on how you went and accomplished what you just accomplished. It was 50% physical and 50%
Yes,
mental.
definitely. And I think one thing that I notice with professional track is, everyone is so talented, right? Everyone is physically incredible. And what sets people apart is really the mental piece of it. And it's the resilience and how you can respond to, like we were saying, people on the internet saying really mean things about you, or how you respond to losing and not being your best. So how can you bounce back from that? And I think I gained so much of that skill set from my time at Harvard. Harvard was, while it's not a big track school and it's not somewhere where you go to, be the fastest in the country, it gave me so many fundamentals and so many mental tricks to being a professional athlete. I had a really great relationship with my college coach, Kaba Tolbert. He's still a mentor of mine who I go to for any issues that I have, honestly, or just even for a laugh. But he taught me to fall in love with the sport. He taught me to fall in love with the journey. He is the person who introduced me to meditation. Meditation is a big part of my practice for track and field. It's a part of the routine, right? I wake up every morning and I meditate 5 minutes. I incorporate it into my warm-up routine for competition, and I do it at night. And I think it's a great practice whether you're an athlete or not.
Yeah.
It just really grounds you and helps you focus. And it's just a really healthy kind of habit to get into. Visualization is another thing that I learned in college. Visualizing my races, just take a couple of minutes and really just let yourself see your plan and see what you're going to do. And that was a big part of what I did in Paris for the Olympics. Like I visualized that race so many times. It was almost impossible for me to lose at that point. I envisioned it from every lane. I envisioned myself winning, and yeah, it was just such a great tool that I used. It's also just Harvard, like I said before, I didn't feel so much pressure to specialize and focus on track and field. I was able to grow and nurture so many aspects of myself and personality, right? I was a neurobiology major, and I loved neurobio, and I loved what I was studying because it was so interesting. And at the time, I still was trying to be a doctor or whatever. It's so funny to think about that now. And I was also doing different clubs, and I was like experimenting and meeting different types of people. I joined affinity groups at Harvard, and yeah, I just did what I loved.
Yeah.
And that's so important.
Yeah, I think that's what I love about your story, because mine was the opposite, right? It's like Olympics at 15. There's no time to do that, and I think nowadays with social media, your story is what everybody should model, because there's time for pressure, but you have to let your brain develop as an adolescent to find truly who you are as an individual without sport, without accomplishment.
Yes.
So that, I think, is when you see that smile that was on your face when you crossed the finish line, the 200, it was just clear that yes, you were out of your mind excited that you won Olympic gold medal, but it wasn't going to just be your entire identity.
Exactly. It's not. And that is to say, like, even your story is so great too. And it's like, it's for people, I think everyone should just kind of figure out their own path, right? And figure out their own lane. And if you are someone who does really well with specializing early, and you are happy and you are having success and you can make the Olympics at 15, then go do that, right? I think Sydney McLaughlin is someone in our sport who did it really well. Yeah. And she's continuing to do it really well. And that just wasn't for me. But I think that's okay, because I can still get there. And just because you're not making an Olympic team super early, or having success super early, doesn't mean that you can't have it eventually.
100%.
I got into the sport later than most people in track do, and honestly, I was okay with that, and I was comfortable with myself, and that's why I'm successful. Yeah. So I would just say that to anyone, right? Like, whatever your path is, that's your path. Yeah, and that's your pathway to success, and that's fine.
I think the hard part with younger is like I had to kind of relearn and re-love the sport. Like, I hated swimming for like 5 years. So I think, and I know Sydney talked about just her struggle. So I think it's the reason I'm harping on it so much is I just think that we need to provide athletes with just more tools of, like you said, like the balance and hey, it's okay to have other aspects of yourself, so that you look back on your time on the sport and don't have moments of regret, or don't have moments of, oh, like I hate it. What I mean?
That's such good advice. That's so, yeah, I completely agree.
Well, I want to talk a little bit about, I feel like swimming and track and field is very similar in the fact that it's every 4 years, but yet we have world championships, and we have people breaking world records and doing really incredible things every single year, people. And I feel like track and field is always a little bit ahead of swimming in the fact that you're doing athlos, and there's the Grand Slam track, and there's all these events that's really geared towards helping not only uplift female athletes, but also getting money in the pockets of these athletes. So can you talk a little bit about athlos?
Yes.
So I was so jealous, like Megan Thee Stallion, like I was like, I'm just gonna go. I'm a swimmer, but I'm just gonna go.
Oh my gosh, so excited about Athlos. Athlos is definitely like one of my babies. So yeah, I mean, everyone knows every 4 years people love the Olympics, and swimming and gymnastics are one of those sports that people tune in and watch, and they're so excited to watch it. Same with track and field. So if we can get that attention every 4 years, it's just we're wondering why can't we get it every year?
Yeah.
And one thing about track and field is it's very popular overseas. Like most of our season is done at the Diamond League, which is primarily in Europe, a little bit in Asia, a little bit in Africa, but in Europe. And people love track and field there. How can we get that in America?
Yeah.
Right? Like, how can we get eyeballs on track and field? How can we maintain that interest just in the United States? And so that's what Athlos is about. It's about making sure that there is top competition every year in the US so that people can watch. And a big issue with track and field is that people don't know when and where to watch it outside of the Olympics.
Yeah.
Right? And that's a big thing. It's making it easy to watch. When we compete in the Diamond League, people don't know where to watch it. They don't know when we're competing. I don't even know where to watch it or when we're competing.
Where do you watch it?
I mean, I think now you can watch it on Flow Track. But so it's having that accessibility to the casual fan. Right? We need casual fans to want to watch track and field and know that we're competing. And it's also about getting athletes to show up. And as you know, like if you're not making a lot of money, it'll be hard to convince an athlete to put their body on the line to go race and prepare for a race. And so a big part of Athlos was also bringing in a prize pot. It was the biggest prize pot in track and field history, and that incentivizes athletes to show up. And so last year we had a great inaugural event in New York City. It was so much fun, and it was a celebration of track and field, and it was an entertaining event. And that's what sports is at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
It's entertainment.
Yeah.
And you want people to show up at these sporting events and have a good time. And that's what Athlos was. And we had great competition and really fast girls running on the track. So we are bringing it back this year, this October, same thing in New York City at Icon Stadium, October 10th. And then after that, the league is starting. So the Athlos Track League will be, for now, a series of, I think, 3 track events. It's going to be team-based, which is going to be a new model for track and field. I think that's really exciting. People can always get behind teams. It makes it more fun. It shakes things up a little bit. And that will start in 2026 and beyond. But I'm so excited about it because I've always just wanted to leave the sport of track and field better than I found it. I think it's really important that the younger generation has something to look up to, something to aspire towards. I didn't know that you can run professional track when I was in high school or when I was even in college. I knew that people did the Olympics, and I didn't know where they went.
You're like, what happens after
right?
that?
I was like the casual fan. I was like, oh, I'll see you in 4 years, I guess. But no, I want younger girls to be like, no, I can run professional track too. Like I have something to look forward to. I can make money and I can do this. And that's what Athlos is really about. It's about inspiring the next generation and leaving the sport better. So I think it'll be great. We'll have a lot of visibility on it, a lot more money in it, and I think the athletes will be really excited to compete.
Yeah. And I also love that it shows each person's personality. Like the fact that there's the red carpet and you have your outfits and you kind of like, I'm definitely envious because I have always said this. I'm like, why can't swimmers do that too? Like, yeah, we're going to get all wet and all our makeup's going to come off. But I just think that is what's missing in swimming a little bit is just showcasing these athletes' amazing stories. And I feel like that's why Athlos has caught fire because people want to be invested in the actual human and not just like, oh, this is the time they ran.
Yes, that's such a good point. I'm glad you said that too because what we fail to realize in the track and field community is that people don't know times. Like people don't care. Like I don't know, swimming's probably very similar, but you guys are geeking out over geeking out over how fast this person ran by like a 10th of a second, and like you look to the person next to you, they have no idea what that means.
Yeah, you're like,
so it's about storytelling. Exactly. It's about like people becoming fans of the athlete and telling a story. And at least in track, you know who wins because it's obvious. So at least we have that kind of easy rule to follow. People know who wins and who loses. So it's just a matter of telling that story. Yeah. And when Alexis Ohanian came to me about Athlos, what drew him to it is because he saw us on social media and he saw like the track girls and he was like, okay, they have something here. Like they're expressing themselves on TikTok and Instagram and they're doing like fashion and makeup and it's fun to watch. And so that's something that he saw value in and decided to invest in. And I think there's a lot of momentum right now in women's track and field and we can definitely keep it going.
It's really cool to see. I think the other thing that they should add is I was telling you like, oh, well, I run like 10 and a half at like Barry's. Like, I think they should put a translation of like, okay, so Gabby was at 19.5 people. So that's relatability. Like people know an Orange Theory and Barry. So they'd be like mind blown.
No, that's hilarious. And Alexis has talked about even having just a regular person have one lane open for them, lane 9. Come race, and then it puts things in perspective for everyone. I think that'd be amazing.
You know what we should do? We should do where, like, if the athlete's done competing, for example, like, let's just say I competed at the Olympics, first, 5 events, whatever, and then track and field has happened. Like, the Olympians should serve as the average Joes for each other. Like, I'll be your runner, you can be my swimmer.
Oh my gosh.
Because how else would you do it? I mean, I guess you could get, like, a true average Joe, but, like, I think it would be cool to kind of, like, we're helping each other out.
That's a really good idea. I think we might be onto something there.
I'll just do it as the retired athlete and just get smoked. Yeah, swimming is rough. Like Leon Marchand just broke the world record in the 200 IM, like insane time. And it was 1:52, and that probably means nothing to you.
Yeah.
Because people don't swim.
Yeah, we don't know times, but I do know what world record means.
You know what world record means? You just basically got to break a world record to leave the impact that you want.
Exactly. World record or Olympic gold. I mean,
exactly.
And then we want to change the landscape of that because I mean, when you just like running and swimming are just everyone does it.
They're also life skills.
Right. Like exactly. Everyone does it. Everyone has to do it. So everyone can relate on some level to it. So where do we just maintain that interest? We just have to figure that out.
Yeah. I mean, I think we'll take a page from you guys. I always feel like even in the science, in the training, like in the marketing, I think we're always just like a half a step behind track and field. So I've been very curious of how you guys have been doing it. So it's definitely
you guys got it. I do think a lot of the track women, we do force our way into the media a lot. We do a lot of posting on social media all the time, a lot of expressing ourselves, a lot of talking, a lot of the makeup, hair, all of that. I
love it.
Constantly doing it. So I think it helps.
So as you guys can imagine, being 4 months postpartum, the one thing I have been focused on so much the last 4 months is getting as much quality sleep as I can possibly get. I am so thankful to Dream Recovery for all of their amazing products that have made that happen. The products I've been relying on the most have been the Performance Silk Sleep Mask, which my 20 to 30 minute power naps during the day, for anyone that knows me, are crucial. Having that sleep mask to block out all the light so I can quickly lie down while the girls are napping, recharge my battery, and wake up refreshed has been amazing. And then using the incredible blue light blocking glasses either during the day or at night right before bed makes it so easy to fall asleep. There are so many more products, and I've been using all of them religiously during this postpartum period. And you guys can use code UNFILTERED30 for 30% off your entire order. What is better than prioritizing your sleep? Go and do it right now.
Well, I want to chat a little bit more about your extracurriculars because I think, number one, your why for volunteering at the clinic, your why for getting your master's. What sparked that, and why is it so deeply important to you?
I think it's always been really important to me. Like I said with track and field, just leave a place better than you found it.
Yeah.
And I want to have a really positive impact on the world. I have always been very fortunate in healthcare and receiving healthcare. I always had doctor's visits growing up. I was a healthy child. And when I started at Harvard and I started my neurobiology degree, I also took some sociology courses where I learned so much about health disparities, especially as it pertains to race, and things that they don't teach you in high school, things that they don't teach you in college unless you seek out those specific types of courses. And I just remember being so touched and also disturbed by how different socioeconomic situations can have serious long-term effects on your health, and not just your health, but like your offspring's health. And it had a profound impact on me. And I wanted to make a difference, right? I wanted things to be different. So from then on, I took courses that I knew would set me up to get a master's in public health. And I wanted to get my master's so that I can just have a fundamental understanding of how can I make the healthcare space different? How can I make it better? And then the goal was to go and run my own hospital and just, maybe run a nonprofit one day and make a difference. But it's something that genuinely, like, I was passionate about myself. As an athlete, I was very passionate about taking care of myself and making sure that I was healthy and the best version of myself. And I felt like everyone needed to be afforded that opportunity. Also very sensitive to different socioeconomic statuses just because of my upbringing as well. And being a Black woman, and understanding that the issues that came with that.
Yeah.
And seeing all the stats about Black women as it pertains to their health and healthcare and the healthcare that they were receiving and the access to healthcare. And so when I graduated, I moved to Austin, Texas to get my master's in public health. And I also found the Volunteer Healthcare Clinic, which is actually right downtown. And it gives healthcare to people who otherwise wouldn't have access to it, people who don't have health insurance, people who can't afford to go see doctors. And it gives it to them for free. And we are primarily volunteers, just a couple of people on staff, but volunteer doctor, volunteer nurses. I was a nurse assistant. And we provided educational resources, actual health care, so you can come and see a doctor, get a lab done, get imaging done, medication, whatever you needed. And it makes a big difference in the community. And what touched me a lot about it was, working at the local level, you really see the impact on a day-to-day basis, right? We see returning patients, so a lot of the people we can actually develop a relationship with and get to know their stories on a holistic level. So they're not just kind of numbers on a spreadsheet, right? These are people, and we see their lives, we see their situation, we see if they don't have transportation, so it's hard for them to come pick up their medication and go to a doctor, right? So we're bringing them their medication. Or we see what their situation is with nutrition. Do they have a kitchen? Do they live in a food desert? And so we can help work with them in that way. And it makes a very big difference, right? And I think that's kind of how healthcare should be, rather than just this numbers game, right? And looking at the bottom line. That's really heartbreaking. And it's something that was just fulfilling, right? You're really making a real difference in people's lives. And I think that's really important. So it's part of it, right? It's part of the balance. It's part of living a full life and doing things that really matter.
Yeah. Do you have a specific person or story that really hit you hard?
Oh my gosh, yes. I'll never forget. So one of my sponsors is New Balance. It's my primary sponsor. And I was doing a collaboration with New Balance and the clinic where I was bringing just a bunch of footwear and athletic apparel to the clinic to kind of incentivize and encourage people to be active, go for a walk, get moving, because running shoes are expensive. They are. And so we were giving them out for free. And I remember one of the patients that I work with just coming up to me that day and telling me her story, which part of it I knew, but she had gone through just a really tough time getting divorced, and as a result lost her health insurance and had spiraled into depression, right? Which is another form of healthcare that we help provide for the patients as well. But she was struggling just to get out of bed every morning and to move. And when she showed up that day and saw all the shoes, and it was her kind of sign to just get back into her health and to pour into herself more. And she was so teary-eyed telling me this, but she was just so inspired that people at the clinic cared. They cared enough about her. They cared enough to do something and to think of them, and something so small that can make such a big difference. And of course, we're still in contact, and seeing the improvements on her life every day it's really rewarding, but it's also just, it reminds you how real all of this is. Like, she's not the only one who's going through that.
One of
it's just
millions.
one of so many examples.
Yeah.
How such a small thing can really make a difference in people's lives. And if you're in a position to help people, then you do it, because it can always be you, right? She had such a normal, healthy life, with plenty of access to healthcare, and then you never know. Just one day that can all change. It can all change, and you can always be in that situation. So just having that type of empathy and paying it forward when you can, it was a good lesson for me that day, for sure.
Yeah, I asked that because we do a mission trip every year to Mexico, and we build a house for a family. And I always feel like you gain such perspective, so it allows not only to help someone else in need, but just helps you understand gratitude. Like, you're sitting there
Yes.
like, I'm getting stressed about this little thing, you know, and
Yes.
it just really centers you. And I truly believe, I mean, if it's just once a year, fine. If it's once a month, if it's once a week, whatever, I think everyone should do that type of thing, especially athletes, because you get so in your tunnel vision.
Oh my gosh, I was gonna say.
Yeah, like you kind of at times have to be a little selfish, right?
Yeah.
You're focused on your health and your
Yes.
strength, and I think it pulls you out a little bit from your bootstraps, and it's like, hello.
Oh
Like,
my gosh,
you know?
I'm so glad you said that because no, that's how I feel. Like I feel like I get so wrapped up in my career and performance, and
Yeah.
you're right, you do get really selfish. Like everything becomes about how you're feeling and your body and making sure that you're prioritizing yourself, and you miss out on so many things. And yeah, it's having that moment, that perspective to step back and like look at the world for what it is, and yeah, have those moments of gratitude.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, I really resonate with that. Yeah, that's why I feel like it's been so integral in my career, is
Yeah.
having those moments and being a part of the clinic.
It makes total sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll move into we'll call it our power play section. So just
Ooh.
some more fun, short questions to get to know you a little bit better. So who is more of a softie for Rico, your adorable dog, you or Spencer?
Me, for sure.
You for sure.
Yeah. He is a disciplinary.
I mean, he's a TikTok star, let's be honest. Your go-to pizza order, and are you a food sharer?
Go-to pizza order is definitely double pepperoni, and I love hot honey. I love thin crust and double cut. And no, I'm not a food sharer,
Yeah.
but my fiance is.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's tough.
It is tough.
Todd and I are both like, absolutely not. Don't touch my food.
Oh, really? Okay, so perfect.
Yeah. I mean, it's your food. Like sometimes
You ordered this.
yeah. There is times where I'm like, I just want one fry, and he'll be like, I'll get you your own plate of fries, and I'm like, but I just want one, so that would be a waste of food.
That would be a waste of food.
Okay, you talk about saying I will be an Olympic champ like 500 times before you raced and did it. What is your saying now?
What a good question. I think my saying now, I would say chop wood, carry water.
Okay.
And it's another thing that I learned from my college coach. And it means that you keep doing the things that got you success even after you had the success, right? So it's maintaining those same habits that got me to where I am today.
Yeah.
And being consistent even when I'm not feeling motivated, and just keep plugging away.
Yep. What do you do in those moments? 'Cause I think sometimes people look at professional athletes, Olympians, and they're like, well, they're lucky. They just
I
must
know.
always want to do it, right?
I
But the
know,
alarm
I
goes
know.
off and you're like, dear God, no.
I know, right? Oh my gosh. I was like driving to my PT the other day in traffic, and I was just like, oh my God.
You're like, do I
Like,
turn around?
yeah, right. I could just turn around. It's like we were talking about. I think it's perspective.
Yes.
And maintaining gratitude, right? Like running is sometimes I just really don't want to, but running is a privilege.
Yep.
And I'm so blessed and grateful that I'm able to. And I love my job. And just like people don't feel like getting up at 6 a.m. in the morning and going to their job, I go to mine, and it's for a greater purpose.
Yeah. Love that. Okay, the baton handoff
Oh
in
my
relays.
gosh.
Okay, so in swimming, when we do relay, it seems way easier than what you guys do. Way easier. But we still have to obviously time it up and make sure that our toes don't leave before the hand touches.
Yeah.
And we only get to practice with a relay teammate once, maybe twice a year.
You get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
so you
I'm looking at that. Is that the same for you guys? And how in the world, I would be stressed out of my mind. Like,
Oh my God, it's so complicated. It doesn't have to be that complicated, but it really is, because
it seems very complicated.
I think a big misconception in track and field too is that we all train together and that we all know each other.
No.
Like people live all around the country and they have different training groups, and we come together for this one meet and try to make a relay happen. So I just want to clear that up. Especially with the men's relay, I know there are issues, but these people don't train together. So
Thank you. Yes.
They-
Thank you for clarifying that, because that is always
They
people in the
don't.
comments. I'm like, once again,
give them a little slack.
Yeah.
And then you practice with the relay order that you think will happen. But obviously people have their individual events and things change. People are healthy, people aren't running fast, and you're trying to put together a relay that will be the best chance at winning a gold medal. And when you switch orders around, things get tough.
Yeah.
We only get a couple of opportunities each year to practice together. right? We can train together at Olympic training camp or World Championships training camp, which is right before the meet.
Yeah.
But you don't want to interrupt your individual training for a relay. And you don't want to be doing relay starts back to back to back, because then you're risking injury and you're risking performance decline. So you have a very small window of time to get these relay handoffs together.
Yeah.
And pair that with nerves and excitement and pressure, and then you get someone who leaves maybe, 1/10 of a second too early and the whole thing's over. So
Yeah.
a lot goes into it. I think the women, we've done a good job of kind of making it work and just trusting each other and figuring it out, even if we don't have a lot of practice together. But I think that comes, to the coaching. It's a testament to the culture that we have as a women's relay program.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's exactly what I thought. Like every time I watch it, I'm like, how are they doing this with and especially like you said, like you're in practice, you spend like, oh, hey, this is the relay team. We have 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We're going to come over, like that's actually what's happening.
Literally.
So it's not like you have 2 hours a day to train with these people.
And even if we did, it's not like we can do that many reps, right? You can only do so many reps when you're running, because then you're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah.
So you got like 3 reps in one day.
Yeah. Okay, this came up actually with Bobby Fink. We were talking. Okay. So in swimming, it sucks so much. You wouldn't go win an Olympic gold medal, and then they're like, okay, go warm down for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Is that? Do you guys have to do that?
Yeah, I mean, technically, we have to cool down.
Okay.
But after my Olympic medal, I did not cool down.
Well,
but yes, no, we definitely cool down. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like 40 minutes. I'd say a 20-minute cool down.
So you're just
after racing,
walking, or like what?
We're like running, so you kind of like you start, running, and then you get slower.
Okay.
Cool it down, stretching, dynamic stretching. Yeah.
Okay, so you still have to do it.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
that
I
helps
feel
me
you.
feel a little bit better.
People don't. How long is your warm up?
Our warm up, I would say like for a sprinter, it's probably like 30 minutes.
Okay.
I was like 45 as like a mid distance.
That's nice.
And then warm down. We would test our lactic acid. So it could be like you'd go 20 minutes, they'd prick your ear and then be like, oh, your lactate's still not down yet. And then you'd like, I'd have painful races and I'd be in there for an hour.
Wait, that's so smart though. Testing that's really smart.
Yeah.
I imagine that we'd have a lot less injuries in track and field if we actually took the cool down that seriously.
That's so
I really think we would. I think we should do that.
Yeah, I mean,
think
think about over the course of 4 or 5 day competition, like you're getting more and more beat up, and then like the rebel thing to do, like the last night, you'd be like, I'm not warming down.
Yeah, after the last night, you're like,
but then like you feel terrible.
Yeah,
just the next day, you're like, well, very interesting. Okay, so you've mastered the Dougie. I would say.
That's really kind of you.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, I have no leg to stand on. What dance is next?
Have you seen air walking on TikTok? It's air walking. If you haven't seen it, look it up.
Okay.
That's next.
Okay.
Look it up after this.
Is it, I'm imagining like Michael Jackson, like the walking back.
But walking forward.
The walking forward.
Yep.
Is it, okay, interesting. Is it like you're running?
No, you're walking. It looks like you're floating on air.
Okay, I'll look
It's
it up
so
after
cool.
this.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's
I
next.
feel like, Okay, 2-part question. You were the Grand Marshal at the New York City Marathon.
Yes.
So cool. No. How much money would it take for you to run one?
Nope.
No amount of money.
Nope.
$1 billion.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Everyone has a price.
Yeah.
I'd probably do it for $500,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do it for $500,000.
Yeah, because you could walk it.
So, yeah.
And then same thing, how much money, and I will give you my answer first here, how much money to be tackled by Alona Mar? And I would say 0 on my end.
$0.
Just so epic. Although I'm a retired athlete, so I can get hurt. You can't.
We can probably make that happen. Let's see. Okay, as a competing athlete, I probably... Honestly, you're right. That'd be kind of sick. I'd probably somewhere around there. My fiance plays rugby, and he loves to like fake tackle me. So I feel like I know what to expect.
What's a fake tackle? Like he's
like, just like, let's tackle me lightly. Just like take me down, but not in a way that injures me.
Gently.
Yeah.
I just
think
think that
about $10.
$10?
$10, yeah.
Okay.
So next time I see you, Alona.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tackle us both. That's
Yeah.
There's $10 in it for you. We'll give it to her. What is your weirdest algorithm on your socials?
Ooh, good question. What is on my algorithm? Ooh, I don't know. Wait, what's yours?
I'll tell you mine. So I have, it's so weird. It's like, there's like these, these like balls within them, and you squeeze them and they all pop out. And it's like very like
Okay, that's great.
crazy. And
That's
then
really funny.
Before that, and I think that like they coincide, so that's why it led me to this place. And my friend makes fun of me. Is like it's like you're in the ocean, and it's like this device, like scraping off the barnacles, of like whales and stuff.
Okay,
It's so satisfying.
is it like AI?
Yeah, same.
Oh,
I think for the most part, like it'll be like a little seal, and then they like get them all clean and like so weird. But I think that's how I think it's like a texture like satisfaction thing for me. So
I've seen those, and I'm glad you shared yours. Because I definitely know what mine is. Have you seen the it's like the kitchen food items, and they're like singing and telling you what not to do? Oh, it's so weird. Okay. If anyway,
another thing to look up.
It is. It's like your items in your fridge, and it'll be like them telling you how to store them, but they're singing, and it's AI. And it's really cute.
Okay.
But it teaches you a lot about how to store things. Like, don't put your apples next to, your oranges.
So like educational.
Because it's like educational.
Wow.
Yes. Don't put your like raw chicken on the top of it's.
And that's so funny.
It's really good.
Okay. Yeah. I'll have to check that one out.
I love AI TikToks.
All right, last question. A person in the last year that you've been starstruck by?
That's so hard. Oh my gosh, that's such a hard question. I feel like I've been starstruck like constantly ever since the Olympics. Oh gosh. Probably Rihanna. Ooh, Zendaya,
that's so funny that you said that. Because have you seen the clip? And then I want one more. But like the clip, I had this written down. So she's interviewed. You give off such Zendaya, like all triple threat vibes. Yeah. So the interviewer is just like, it catches her off guard. It's just like, I just wonder when you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror, how much you have to fight the urge to say, wow, these other women aren't even close.
Oh my gosh.
Like, she says that to her, and Zendaya like can't keep it together. She's laughing. So I thought about opening the interview like that with you, but I was like, maybe not.
That's hilarious.
I'll send you the clip. And then they play like badass music after it.
Gosh.
It's like very inspirational and hype.
No, I'm obsessed with Zendaya. I am. So
you got to meet her.
No, I didn't even meet her. I was just at the Met and I was around her, and I just couldn't. I was scared.
She's such
Everyone
a
else, I
legend.
was like, okay, like hi, like I spoke to, but like Zendaya, I was just like, and she's so tall, and I'm tall, and I'm not used to people being taller than me, and I was just like, okay, I'll just hi, I'm over here. Oh my gosh! But Rihanna, I did meet. I was starstruck, and she watched track at the Olympics, so I was like,
so she was probably starstruck by you.
She was just proud, and I was like, oh, thank you. And she smelled so good.
Did she? What did she smell like?
Just like a really warm, like vanilla. It was just really, she smells really good. So yeah.
Love that.
That was great. Yeah, I do. I love that for me.
I love that. That's amazing. What of all those, like you just like being on the cover of Vogue, Met Gala, SI, like can you pick out like a favorite moment in all of those?
Yeah.
Or top
Okay, my
couple?
favorite moment was definitely ESPYs. It was my first ESPYs this last year.
Okay.
Normally can't go because it is like right in the season, but I went and it just felt really special, like being around so many athletes and such an appreciation for sport. And I feel like it was like one big family because everyone gets it, right? Like everyone understands what it's like to be an athlete, what it's like to be recognized for all of the hard work and for it to be celebrated and to celebrate like people's work outside of sports too.
Yeah.
It just, I felt like it was my people and I had so much fun. Yeah. And I felt, I don't know, so comfortable. Like, you know, that's, our space. So that was probably my favorite.
I imagine it would be hard to be, SI swimsuit or Met Gala. It's like all these people that they get it, but they don't get you as on the athlete level.
Exactly.
It's kind of like a sisterhood and just,
exactly.
I mean, were you intimidated doing the Vogue shoot or anything like that?
The Vogue shoot? No, I was just excited, and they did a great job of making me feel comfortable and making me feel like a model, even though I wasn't. But they were like, they were hyping me up a little bit. The Met Gala was very intimidating. I would say that. That was a lot. I'm also like naturally introverted, so I was just like, so much talking. But it was really cool.
Yeah.
I would do it again, but yeah, definitely, outside of my comfort zone, but
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
fun. at the
Yeah.
same time. Okay, final 3 questions. What is a moment outside the sport of track and field that's brought you the most amount of joy?
Ooh, great question. Outside of track and field in the last year, just like ever.
Ever.
Like ever? That's a good one. Let's see. I mean, there's so many. Like, there's so many going through my head right now. I mean, I did get engaged in this last year, and that was an amazing moment. Like, I'm so excited, and we're planning our wedding now, so it's been so much fun.
Do you have a date?
We're thinking, October 30th of 2026. So yeah, after track season and everything, because you know how it is, planning your life around.
Oh yeah, our
sports
entire
schedule.
wedding was around my swim schedule.
Exactly,
Yep.
exactly. So yeah, we're really excited.
So exciting. I mean, the
I'll go with
pictures,
that
the
one.
video, it looked insane.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, same question, but a moment or memory. I think I know the answer to this. Inside the sport of track and field.
Inside the sport? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go with the Olympic gold because I feel like that's just it's too easy. I would say, okay, no, there's two. There's two, and it's hard to say. Probably, my first Olympic medal, which was Tokyo. It was a bronze, and that's my baby. I love that medal so much. And I know a lot of people thought it was like a failure that I didn't get gold, but for me, it felt like such a win. And I don't know, I treasure that moment forever. It was my first Olympic medal, and
Bronze is my first
makes-
Olympic medal too.
I love it. I love that medal. And then other than that, probably my NCAA championship in college because it just changed the entire trajectory of my life.
Yeah.
I just never saw myself as a professional track runner until that moment. And here I am.
Here you are.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, last question. What is a word that motivates you or inspires you or just serves as a reminder of who you want to be?
That's a great question. Oh my gosh. Do you have one?
It changes. So it used to be enough. Now last year it was trust. I feel like right now it's still enough.
I love that.
Yeah.
Mine it would be gratitude, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
It's with everything that goes on after having success in sport, it can be so challenging, but it's having that perspective and being grateful to be able to do what we do.
Yeah.
So it's gratitude.
Yeah. That's incredible. I love that one. Oh, well, Gabby, thank you.
Thank you.
This was so much fun.
I know, this is great.
I feel like I'm going to get to see more of you. Selfishly,
Yes,
I'm happy
yes.
about that. I was going to even ask you, like, what are you? You have this free time now. Like, what are you gonna do?
Wedding planning. We're
Yep.
gonna do some events and do things that I wouldn't have been able to do. Go on vacation. Probably, do some appearances for partners and sponsors. Now that I have some time. Yeah, I have time for you guys. Yeah, and then rehabbing.
Yeah.
A lot of rehabbing, but I have a lot of time to make up, with family and friends. I'll definitely go visit my mom. I'll go book a couple of girls' trips, and
Yeah.
it's kind of nurture those relationships.
Well, you deserve it.
Thank
and
you.
I'm wishing a speedy recovery.
Thank
and
you.
just grateful to get to speak with you today.
Me too. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.